Good morning and welcome back to the morning show right here on Channel 18. One of our special guests today is Frank DeLay, the president of Grand Mountain Bank, your hometown bank. 4 locations, all within Grand County.
That's correct.
Pretty awesome, locally owned and operated, definitely a local's favorite there. So let's talk Grand Mountain Bank. Program services, what's going on in Grand Mountain Bank these days?
What we've seen, and we kind of talked earlier about what the economy's kind of improving. One thing we've definitely seen in the last year is more home construction loans.
Mm-hmm. There's been some towers getting built locally too. Like some of the construction's been crazy to watch.
Oh yeah, here in Winter Park, especially some of the commercial stuff. We're primarily hit the residential side
okay.
of folks building a home, for their permanent residence or secondary residence, and we've got a number of those loans, and we've definitely seen that improvement in that part of the market. And I think in part of that's just in general the real estate market. Over the last couple of years, it's tightened up quite a bit. If we go back 3 years, there was a lot of inventory on the market from the Great Recession. A lot of bank-owned property, a lot of property out there in general for sale.
And this is my rationale, but bank-owned property, a big part of the problem we had up here is second homeowners. If you let your house go into foreclosure, it's not your home, it's your second home. Yeah. So it's pretty easy when the market tanks, you run into struggles to say, all right, the second home, have it, bank. Is that kind of what happened?
We saw a combination, but we saw a lot of locals too that lost their houses, unfortunately.
So you did see a lot of primary.
Definitely, because they maybe had a couple, one of them lost a job. They just couldn't.
The prices up here are not cheap. I mean, you can spend quite a bit of money on a small condo. It's not low priced by any means. So.
Yeah. So in general, we've come out of that, I think, in general. But what you see, like I was talking about the construction, there's not a lot for sale. Let's kind of look at the numbers, and for instance, in Granby today, there's about in the Granby area, there's about 25 houses on the market. Where we go back a couple years, we probably were 3 times that amount on the market for sale, and so the supply has diminished. And prices are up a little bit too.
And places are finally bought up, and of course, when that happens, then prices are naturally going to go up.
Yeah, prices are naturally going up. But now we're not seeing what's happening down in Denver, where you've got
bidding wars and
you've got multiple offers on houses. Now it happens a little bit here, but not all that much. You're not.
It's the right deal, but Denver, my gosh, you'll
Denver
have 4 offers the day it's listed, all for more than the list price.
Yeah,
so you haven't seen that yet.
No, we haven't seen that, And I think what the market is, and I think it's, like I said, the supply's down, the demand's there. The condo market's still strong here in Winter Park. I was kind of looking at the numbers too, and Winter Park in 2016, we probably had about 400 sales of individual condos. Right now, I think if I look, there's about 75 on the market. So it's definitely tightened up, which is going to increase the pricing over time. And so, one thing that there is a lot for sale out there that the market really hasn't corrected from where we saw is land.
Yep.
Vacant land lots. There's a lot of lots out there.
Yeah. How is that from the lending side? Is that easy to get a loan pushed through for land? Or do they come so close to having a lot of bank-owned land and property?
We had our fair share, I'll say.
Do you still have much inventory on the books?
We've got 1 lot left.
1 lot,
yes.
No houses or
no houses, no nothing. 1 lot.
Good for you. So you're down.
We're down quite a bit, but it's an opportunity for people that still want some land in the county. They have a nice lot. There's good opportunity. The prices are still quite a bit lower than what you saw 10 years ago on lots.
I bet.
And if you're looking for the future, and that's what we look. We look at borrowers that, hey, we're not ready to build now, but here in a year or two, we want to turn some dirt and build a house, and we definitely finance those folks.
So you're still pushing a few loans through on properties too.
Yep.
So.
Definitely.
Well, it's great to hear you guys are down to 1. I mean, it's a lot of banks locally and nationally. We're stuck with so many properties. And it's been a slow process getting out of it.
It really has. So. But looking for the future, and there's some great opportunity for buyers out there, and still on the land. But you have to be particular in what you're looking at on the in single-family homes and condos. There's still options out there for folks.
And I got to ask, a lot of us are condo owners, me included, because it's difficult to live on this end of the county. if unless you want to spend 400,000 plus.
Yeah.
And so condos, lending to condos, is that a challenge up here? I know getting a loan was a challenge because a lot of banks want 80% occupied, but when it's all second homes and no one's living in the condos, how do you get a complex that's 80% occupied?
You are correct there. A lot of folks think they can do a small down payment on a condo. Not always the case.
What do you see down payment? What do you require?
On a condo, generally, there's certain types. If there's a condo complex that has no rental properties in it, then I think you can get to 5% down.
Are there any that fall into that category?
There are not very many. They're few and far between. And if someone's looking at a condo, they really need to check with their lender up front to know what programs are available for that condo, because they can't assume they can get something with a low down payment. And like, if you're local and you're looking at a new home, be it primary or secondary, and you don't have a lot of down payment, if you've got a condo that's $200,000, and a typical mortgage you're talking 20% down,
right.
So that's
$40,000.
That's $40,000. That's hard to do for a lot of folks, and so there are some programs.
We got new skis to get, we got new bikes to get. I got to get that.
That's you're right.
No, I'm just joking. That's a problem you hear from a lot of people. I can't get. I gotta get new skis every year. It's expensive these days. But gotta get your priorities, and if that's what you want, you got to find a way.
That's true.
That's why you see a lot of us with day jobs bartending at night or doing something else to maybe get a little cash in the coffer.
Makes a difference.
Well, all right, Frank. I'm guessing we're probably going to need to take another break real quick. I'll say bank real quick, but
we're banks.
Grand Mountain Bank is a lending resource, so obviously
yes,
check you guys out. Let's talk about that website real quick.
www.grandmountainbank.com.
Grandmountainbank.com.
Although we love just to talk to you on the phone or meet with you in person. A lot of times we can get a lot more done than shooting emails back and forth and going that route.
There's a few phone books out there still. They stick them in my P.O. box every year, so pick up a phone book and give these guys a call. Frank will be looking for you. So we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll talk about forecasts and some trends coming up here. So once again, we're hanging out with Frank DeLay, president of Grand Mountain Bank. 4 locations in Grand County. They're definitely your hometown bank. We'll be back in a moment.